Hey Capricorn, you are being called to rise up in rebellion. It's exactly what you would never do, right? You are the anti-rebellion. You are the authority, right? But the twist here is that you're not actually being rebellious. You're making yourself happy. See, everybody else in the zodiac would call it happiness, right? And with you, it's like, no restriction, got to stick to this, got to do things this way. But ultimately, what you were taught on your upbringing, whatever your parents taught you, it was wrong. It was flawed. Not because, I don't know, I don't know your life, right? Like Lulu would say, I love her channel. Go check it out, House of Oshun. She's amazing. Um, I don't know your specific situation, but ultimately I have to say that something that you learned a long time ago, it's like these beliefs are slowly disintegrating and you want to let them go. And I said that this time is going to challenge us in the worst way. It's going to get us in our in our Achilles heel, and your Achilles heel is authority and upholding tradition and wanting to be traditional and stay committed to what you've learned. But ultimately, what you've learned is wrong. What you've learned is not helping you. And you are somehow, in some way, committed to some sort of education or practice or thought belief or process or job. You're committed to something that is supposed to disintegrate. You have to let it go. It's not worthy of you holding on to. And I think it had a lot to do with things that you went through, maybe not issues, but ultimately what you went through with your mother or with a parental figure, maybe even a grandparent. Basically, this has been around a while, is what I'm saying. There is that sense of getting to a point where you let what you were taught as a kid go and realize that what is intuitively making sense to you is what is correct. It's like, when do you allow yourself to trust your intuition? It's very hard for a Capricorn. And ironically, you guys are extremely intuitive. So it's like, you know the right thing. And this is where so many conflicts come in your life. That sense of, but I know what's right. And I feel it in my heart. But ultimately, your Capricornianness comes in and says, but prove it. Does it follow the rules? Then you're being bad. Does it go against everything that you were taught? Then it's irresponsible. Like, I'm sure that you guys have these conversations with yourselves half a dozen times in your own frickin' brain. And it's so self-defeating. And this atmosphere in the cosmos, the way things are lining up now, is really all about us understanding how we defeat ourselves, how we are our own worst enemy. And that's really what it is. It's like Chiron is opposing the sun, and Pluto and Jupiter and Saturn, even though they're direct now, they're still kind of like trying to like get in the motion of directness. It takes them a while. They're large, they're way out there. Their revolutions around the sun happen slowly anyway. So don't expect it to be like, oh, it never happened. No, it's going to take a while to come out of the retrogradeness of their direction, right? Of their energy, I should say. But ultimately, they're still squaring Mars, and Mars is still kind of like handicapped in that retrograde position. It's like, what are your actions for? Why have you been doing what you've been doing? What has been the motivation? Why do you think that you have to continue down this path, even though every inch of you is screaming, please don't make me do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. My God, Capricorn, look yourself in the mirror and say to yourself, fuck you, Michelle told me it was okay. Like, literally, just because I'm giving you permission that you need. It's almost like I'm talking from deep within inside of you and saying, I'm giving you permission to follow your intuition here, to trust your instincts. Because like I said to you in the past, your instincts are things that you've earned. Your intuition is something that you've earned. It wasn't something that was just sort of like inherited, right? You've been through shit in your life. You've had experiences and they've taught you things. And that's where your intuition comes from. So I know that, especially with that Saturnian energy in Capricorn right now, there's a sense of, I've got to do it the hard way. I've got to learn this lesson. But your intuition is a culmination of all your life lessons up to this point. So you have earned the intuition. It's almost like for you, the self-defeating thing is that intuition is too easy. Oh, it's too easy. And I said that in your horoscope. Go check out Max and Friends on LA Talk Radio. I'm not just trying to promote his channel, but it's a really fun talk show. And I did a full set of horoscopes on there. And that's what came out for your October predictions. This sense of, if it's not hard enough, if it doesn't hurt, oh, then that I'm being lazy and I shouldn't do it. But that's that self-defeating bullshit that you learned a long time ago that you're stuck with, that's decaying. It doesn't work anymore. It is really harming your progress. And yet you kind of you learned it. This diseased way of thinking. You learned it a long time ago and now you're stuck to it. And guess what? And now you're committed to it. You're saying that this is the way that I have to think because this is what makes me a good person. No, what makes you a good person is you. That's what makes you a good person. And intuitively, you understand, you know deep down inside what is right and what is wrong. And it's got nothing to do with what you've done in the past. It's got everything to do with what you have intuitively accumulated to this point. And Saturn has a real hard time with fucking intuition because Saturn's all about show me the receipts. Show me the receipts, Diane. Have y'all seen that Whitney interview with Diane Sawyer? So fucking hilarious. You've got to watch it. Show me the receipts. I want proof. I want tangible, quantifiable data. And intuition isn't that. So it's kind of left being beaten down by your Saturnianness. Like, oh, I better not follow my intuition. But your intuition is there because of all the times that you got beaten down in the past, because you survived them to be able to learn from them. So you have earned your intuition. Your intuition is something that was the hardest to earn. So it's what you have the most right to use and believe in and stand by now. Okay? Because all this shit that you're putting yourself through, it's got to be hard. It's got to hurt. I got to work hard. No, you got to love what you do. Okay? You got to never work a day in your life. Did I just say that to a fucking Capricorn? Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. You're allowed, and we talked about this before in one of your other readings. You're allowed to never work a day in your life because you enjoy what you do so much it doesn't feel like work. It doesn't mean you're lazy. Please understand me. You guys work in your sleep. There's no way that you will ever be lazy. It is an impossibility. You understand? So don't worry, but you just write that off the table. Understand that you're not lazy. You're not being lazy or doing a bad thing if you choose a job that you love. Or you trust your intuition even though it doesn't feel right to you, even though it wasn't how I was raised. It wasn't how I was raised. Well, guess what? You're not your parents and you don't have to keep repeating their cycles. You have to somehow untether yourself or allow yourself to be released from all this bullshit that you learned. Our parents do the fucking best they can, all right? But ultimately, they all send us to therapy. So it's like, they're not perfect. You know, they were doing what they could. Those lessons that they teach you, they do it for your safety, right? They do it for your protection. But they don't necessarily expect you to keep following those rules all the way until adulthood. I mean, essentially, stop self-sabotaging. Stop doing it based on that in your head, maybe from your parents who are living, maybe from your parents who are deceased. These are my expectations. This is what I want from you, for you. But I don't need to do it on your clock, and I don't need to do it if I don't want to. I get to decide my own life. I have that authority, right? So this self-sabotaging thing is really challenging, especially coming into next week. It's going to be real fucking tricky next week. There's going to be a lot of self-sabotaging going on because it's almost like, but it's like it's not what's coming from the outside that's going to harm us. It's what's coming from the inside. That's what I want you guys to realize. That's what Mercury retrograde in Scorpio is really about. Shit that we already know. stuff that we've already realized and we have oppressed and suppressed inside of ourselves because it made us uncomfortable. But you know what? This is about transition. This period is about change. We can't be comfortable right now. Comfortable is not the place we're supposed to be. But ultimately, how are you guys interpreting that? What's gotta hurt? No, because that's where you're comfortable. You're comfortable with things being difficult. You're comfortable being stressed and overworked. That's your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone. You know you want to. And I'm not telling you take a vacation. I'm saying go ahead. Allow yourself to do what makes you happy because you earned that enlightenment. You earned what made you realize what made you happy. You earned that, Capricorn. That was hard earned. You earned it. So go ahead, look it. This is about understanding that it's about taking action in your future, but it's subtle action, right? A sense of just step by step. And that may be sort of how you're handling the situation, a sense of moving forward step by step. And you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to set the pace, like go slow. Mars is in retrograde. This is that warrior energy. Go slow. You don't have to jump into anything. You just don't stay out of the water. You're allowed to like walk in step by step, get your ankles in, get your calves in, get your knees in, slowly acclimate. The universe is not judging how fast you move. In fact, because Mars is in retrograde, it's saying, fucking go slow. We just want you to go. We don't want you to stay where you were. But if you have to go step by step, that's fine. And nothing is wrong. And if you feel like you're running into these blocks, like, why aren't things happening fast enough? If I was right and I made the right decision, then why isn't everything perfect? Because everything is happening slowly right now. And that's part of the self-sabotage. It's exacerbating that sense of, but everything's supposed to be fixed now. And now I'm just going to sabotage by going the opposite direction and doing the same old stupid shit. Have faith. Everything is going to move really, really slowly right now. And honestly, I think that that's going to work out so well for you. It's going to work out. You need things to move slowly, because you do, number one. And number two, it's actually going to help you allow yourself to feel comfortable with these new circumstances. Got something to do with love and family and children. Look at this. Oh, love. Loving your children, loving your family, love having children, falling in love, a love that you've wanted since you were childhood. Dude, these blessings are all coming in. But guess what? Look at you up in there defeating yourself. Disobedient. I know this is the obedience card, but it's really disobedience. It's, you're sneaking in. You see the wolf that he's hiding in his jacket? He's sneaking in, that self-sabotage. He's pretending to go along with what he's supposed to do, but ultimately he's sneaking in. Don't fucking sabotage your blessings. This love is a beautiful love. And there's something happening which, if for those of you who are parents, I'm going to make a side note because we have the mother here, right? We have protection. We have crumbling. Okay. Y'all got to stop protecting your kids so much. You cannot run their lives. You cannot helicopter them. And you cannot make these fucking decisions for them. I'm telling you right now, your kids are sneaking shit under your nose. They are. They have to. They have to, not because you're evil or you're wicked, or because that's how kids grow up. That's how they grow up. There is a natural rebellion. There's a natural freedom. When kids, especially older kids, say in their teens, right? When they're going through this, maybe even your 2-year-old is testing you. We go through those changes. We go through those transitions in our lives as children growing up into adulthood. We test our authority figures. That's what we do. And essentially, you can use that metaphorically as you, even if you're fucking 50, there is a sense of you testing the authority figure, which is your own sense of tradition. Testing it because that's how you grow. That's how you grow up, and that's how you live a life that you love. But there's also a sense of, realistically, your children sort of like being rebellious, doing things that are unexpected. And in some ways, I have to say, maybe you've held on to them for too long. You've held on to being their parent for too long. You've identified yourself as being a mom or a dad for too long. And ultimately, it's got to stop. It's crumbling. maybe not even for bad reasons, simply because your child is growing up and they don't fucking need you that much anymore, right? But it's like, you got to let it go. You got to let it go. And the reason why you may not want to let it go is because you're afraid of what's on the other side of not being able to distract yourself in your children's life. Now you got to look at your own, and that scares you more than anything. And let me say this to you. A lot of parents do that, especially parents who love their children and want them to succeed. They kind of like spend 20 years making their whole lives about their children, and then bada boom, the kids are gone, and it's like, well, who the fuck am I? That's why Born Without Boundaries. You could talk to me about it. Send me your fucking emails. Good, because that's why Born Without Boundaries was established. You know, it's like I was like spent 18, 19 years being Doug's mom, and all of a sudden I was like, so who the fuck is Michelle Sandegate? Who the fuck is that bitch? I don't know her. I don't know. Because I spent 19 straight years being Doug's mom first. And it's like, it was about finding my identity and being myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like there's something going on here with that too. Just saying, but it's looking good for you. It's looking good. There's a new start. There's a new transition. There's new happiness coming into your life. It's looking good. Look at it. It says it right there on the card. Your hard work is paying off. And what does that mean, your hard work? No, I just heard it. You were like, see, I'm supposed to work hard. No. All the work you've done up to this point is giving you the permission to make these new changes and new decisions. It's what I said. Okay. Let's get into your, I know this was like the main reading, but let's get into your main reading. Ooh, Capricorn, I love this energy for you. You know why I think it's coming out? Because a lot of it bears repeating. And it's timely because all the shit that's coming out now it's almost like it's churning you backwards, and somehow you feel like my nose is, oh my god, I have my Tourette's. I'm so like involved with this fucking message. It's like it's driving me crazy, but I'm also like having an allergy attack, runny nose and everything. So I apologize for that. In other words, it bears repeating right now. This is coming to you at just the right time. This is a message that you need to hear right now, because you're about to forget all that fucking progress that you made because of this crazy cosmos that we're dealing with and self-sabotage. That's what it is. Motherfucking Chiron. This is me. This is you. This is your energy. This is leading the way. This is also connecting to spirit. It's also, hello, you're blessed. Spirit has blessed you. It loves you. You can have confidence that the energies are being placed in your favor. The world is not against you. And no, this is not going to fall in your face. You could fall on your face by tripping up here, but ultimately, you've got the favor of the authority figures. You've got the favor. Now, this could mean the favor of a boss, a new job interview. Everything is going to go better than you think it's going to go. But this is also a sense of taking the lead yourself, maybe being your own boss, having confidence in who you are. All of these things, all of these messages coming through for you. We also have sweet results await, and it's time to heal, but this is an infection. Right? And I think that's what we're talking about, because this is like the sun card for this for my deck, right? So it's like what is lying deep inside of you, Chiron, that unhealth, that sickness that is defeating all your potential. You have a lot of beautiful things happening right now. Like, look at this shit. You got so many blessings. Your children are healthy. There's a lot of love in your life. Maybe there's a new love in your life. It's a blessing. There is a sense of, but we need it to be hard. You don't need it to be hard. Don't self-sabotage. That's what this is about. This is an inlaying illness or a sickness that isn't being dealt with, and that is that idea that things have to go wrong. That idea that ultimately they're not going wrong. You just have to be brave enough to make the different choice. Make the choice. And what choice do you make? Where does your happiness live? Where does your real happiness live? See how I asked that again? Where does your real happiness live? Not your happiness as in, I'm going to still cling to this routine. I'm happy because my fingers are clenched and I can't get them off. No, but happiness as in, I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break and step back and say, how many of you out there, honestly, when I say what makes you happy, you don't even know? Don't worry, I'll wait. If you're in that situation, I know not all Capricorns are in this situation. I think a lot of Capricorns have gone through a lot this year and it's taught them, no, I know what makes me happy. But there are still some of you out there that don't even know what makes you happy. Like you don't even know. Happiness has always come in the form of self-torture and struggle. And that's not happiness. That's just obsessiveness and craziness. That's psychosis. Right? So there's a sense of the place that you guys start is getting to your truth, getting to your honesty. What makes me happy? What do I really love? Even if you're the CEO of a Fortune 500 company making millions of dollars a year, but you're fucking miserable. And what makes you really happy is music. I love music. I've always loved to sing. I really wanted to perform my whole life. Okay, then stop ridiculing yourself. Start standing by yourself. If you're a fucking CEO, you've been overpaid for the last 20 years of your life anyway. You got enough money. You're fine. You're fine. You don't have to keep making money. That is Capricorn's downfall. That's why it's the devil card. Is greed. It's like, I gotta keep making it. I gotta keep making it. No, you don't. You got a ton of fucking money. You don't have to. You let it go. You got it. Now you get to enjoy it. When do you ever get to enjoy it? Never. The devil energy. It's obsessive. It just keeps consuming. Greed. And then what happens? Collapses on itself. Probably from sickness. Self-destruction. That's how it works. So I'm asking you to do some homework now and really find out, Capricorn, what makes you happy. And be brave enough to look that devil in the eye and say, not today, Satan. Get out of my way. That's what makes me happy. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to focus now. I don't need to overwork anymore. I have enough. I'm allowed to be happy. Whew. Here we have, follow the lead. Be gentle with yourself. Can you please just be kind with yourself? That's what it's saying. It's like Spirit is like, can you just be nice to yourself? Is that too much to ask? I want you, message from Spirit, I want you to be nice to yourself. See the other perspective. See the other point of view. Be wise this is also play. Dolphins mean play. Be playful. For God's sakes, will you stop being afraid of having fun? Will you stop being afraid of being happy? Stop. Have fun. Smile. 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 It's there. It's under there. Allow yourself to enjoy this because you really did earn it. And now you see very clearly, this is Taurus energy. Finances are good. They're solid. But it's also just seeing the other side of things. Realizing that you're allowed to have fun and be happy. And realizing the stability that can come from being happy and being playful and letting yourself enjoy life. It takes wisdom to get to this point. And I really do feel like you earned it. Let's get into your angel messages. Unless you want to go right to the extended. The extended is down below. I always make one. And listen, maybe you need a little bit more of a pep talk. Maybe you need a little bit, because we get really into the nitty gritty and get some details about what's going on over in tarot. You know, the minute details that you guys love. So do join me over there for that. Or maybe you just need to keep hearing a pep talk and keep being reminded. Like, I know that feeling of like watching a tarot card reader and be like, I feel okay. I feel so motivated while I'm watching you. But as soon as I shut you off, it's like, maybe you need a little bit more motivation. The link is below. But please stick around just for a little bit while longer, because I want to go over the angel messages. Angel messages always have a beautiful kind of voice that I don't have, that my readings don't have, because my voice, listen, my Mercury is in Leo. I'm blunt as fuck, like that. like when it comes to, like, there's so many parts of me that like don't have confidence, but when it comes to how I speak and how I communicate, I got confidence for days. I'm just letting you know. Here we go. Courage. You have what it takes. Just do it. We, your angels, are here to support you. And what I say, those angels, I love you so much. You hang around with me. They hang around all the time. And they like literally clarify the whole reading for me. So just have courage because you got this. You can do it. You are capable. Ooh, here we have divine intervention. You may feel frustrated because something stalls or comes to a standstill. What did I say about slow things down? Progress seems painfully slow, yet this is a blessing. It is divine intervention at work. When the timing is in perfect harmony, all will come to fruition. Oh my God, I just heard this. We got you. We're protecting you. Don't worry about your house. Don't worry about your bills. Don't worry about your kids. You're fucking loved. You're protected. We got you. Can you just allow yourself to not destroy yourself? That was spirit, not me. Clarity. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathe in the blue of the sky. I know your mind was just like, you can't breathe in the blue of the sky. Yes, you can. Close your eyes. Use your imagination. Despite popular belief, you do have one. Imagine yourself doing the ridiculous. It's liberating for you. I want you to do the ridiculous. Imagine it. Just breathing in the blue of the sky and feel the blue surrounding you. Remember, blue is throat chakra as well. Feel a gentle breeze flow through you. There is peace. There is clarity. A magical healing has just taken place, a gift from your guardian angel. Be brave enough to believe in the ridiculous or allow yourself to indulge in the silliness every once in a while. It's what you need. It's like medicine for your soul. Kindness. A kind gesture rekindles your belief in the power of love. Remember to be kind to yourself. I don't know who this is, but we can get those details in tarot. Hello. Archangel Gabriel is here. So you're about to get some good news. Like not good news, but people are there to help you. They're there to support you. Say yes. You will soon receive some positive news. Archangel Gabriel, I love you, is saying this. Now remember, Gabriel is the trumpeter. He is the musician, the music, the herald, right? He's an archangel, not a herald angel, but music. The channels for clear and honest communication are now open. Keep an open heart and speak your truth lovingly without fear. And remember to be kind, but also be kind to yourself and respect yourself. Blue angel, you got Michael and Gabriel up in here because the blue angel is Michael. And he is the protector. To once again say, you're safe. We're protecting you. I, Archangel Michael, am here by your side. I am all around you and will forever protect you. Remember this whenever you feel fearful. I love you. All is well. What a perfect, beautiful note to head on over to tarot and get the details. I'll see you guys over there. The link is below.